Hello ladies and gentlemen, Roro82 here, Railroad Archaeologist with you today. For those of you that have been my subscribers for a couple of years, you guys know that one of my favorite places to visit is the Homestead subdivision, right? And you guys have always asked me, where does it start? Or where does the inactive part begin? And I'm gonna show you guys. So this here is a crossing at Southwest 152nd Avenue. So technically this is still active. I'm gonna include a video to where the stop sign is on the track that indicates where the start of the abandoned portion begins. So this portion here is still active, right? Quote unquote. And just south of me, there you go, your typical Miami Santeria. Just a few hundred feet south of me is Gold Coast Railroad Museum to the left. And then beyond that is a crossing where the stop sign is that indicates where the Homestead sub starts its abandonment. So even though this crossing is still quote unquote active, trains don't pass through here anymore, as you can see by the rail. It is rusted, no activity. So here you have an Invensys gate mechanism, which are pretty rare. And then I'm gonna walk that way and show you guys where the Y is, the Y that the CSX train takes to Chrome Avenue out to the Everglades to the rock quarry. And that would also, there's a Y down there, the Sterling Y, and that's where the last active part of this railroad, and where the last part of this railroad where there's any train activity. So yeah, it's very likely that this part is never gonna see any trains again. So without any further ado, let's walk northeast. Come along, folks. Okay, so I just walked a few feet, right? And I wanted to show you guys this. This is 75-pound rail. So you got 75-pound rail. This looks to be like the original rail that was put in place. I'm looking for a year, but I do not see one. I'll keep an eye out for one and keep you guys posted. So yes, I'm gonna continue walking north towards the Y. Come on down. Okay, here you go, I found it. The date on the rail is the date that this was made, 1926, and there it is, 1926. Kaboom. Okay, so let me give you a brief history on this line. This line was built by Seaboard Airline in 1926 in an effort to bring tourism to Homestead. And it was in 1929 when the Great Depression happened. There wasn't many people traveling, so it got switched over to freight. And then, oh, look at this. This is something you don't see every day. Well, a tie plate and a nice little bridge over here. Lovely South Florida canals. Oh look, a mother and its ducklings. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The circle of life, and it moves us all. See? Yeah. Okay, so that's facing east and west. Those power lines are brought to you by FP&L, Florida Power and Light, which, side note, as far as I know, according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, monopolies are illegal, right? And in South Florida, Miami specifically, there's only one power company, FP&L. If you guys can shed some light as to why that happens, I mean, I'm sure I know why it happens. It's because politicians get paid to turn the blind eye to stuff like that. That's why we have politicians and special interest groups and lobbyists, but I digress. That's besides the point. So we continue to walk down towards the Y and mosey on down with me to the Y. Okay, guys and gals, so I'm at the halfway point between the crossing, which is south of me over there, and the Y, which is north of where I am. I just thought about this. So this line was built in 1926. It's currently 2023, so that means this bad boy is 97 years old. That's crazy, right? And unfortunately, just like people, or like everything, everything is temporary, nothing lasts forever. So this, what in 1926 was a marvel of modern engineering, is now outdated and replaced by trucking. Sad but true. Alrighty, yeah, so the Y is coming right up. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 3/4 of the way there. And I thought you guys might like to see an FPL truck in its natural habitat. Hey, there you go in the wild. We see an interesting species of a truck going to fix the power lines. Yes, as Steve Irwin would say. Okay, we're almost there. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so we're coming up on a switch stand over here. This is like the equivalent of a Hajj for rail fans, railroad archaeologists. At least once in their life, they should make a pilgrimage to this place. All right, so check it out. Remember, what do I always tell you guys? Comment down below, right? Follow the point. I also tell you guys. So if we're gonna follow this point over here, you'll see that the last time this line was used, which was 2016, to empty rail cars behind me all the way in Homestead, they used it to go straight, which would take them to the Hialeah yard and points north. So yes, this line was used to go straight, and here you have your switch stand, which sports its lock, and as you can see by the green, it's set for straight. Had the red been there, it would have been set for reverse and would have taken you off to this Y over here, which we are going to explore right now. Let me get a quick shot of this over here. Got it. Okay, so for you guys out there that are more in the maintenance department, what do these bad boys do over here? Always been curious about that. If you guys can please comment below. I know Don, he's my Bible when it comes to stuff like this. Don, please let me know. Yeah, excuse the weather, it's a rainy, windy day here. Okay, guys and gals, so here you have that Y again, and this is facing south. It's the main line, the Y. Let's just keep walking here. Okay, guys and gals, so we're continuing our tour on the Y here. Above me are the FPNL power lines, facing north, facing south, and this is a community over here called Three Lakes, which I remember back in the 1980s when I was a kid. I'd come over here with my dad, and his friend to ride ATCs. Back in the 80s, this was, so remember I told you the name of the community was Three Lakes? So that's what it was. It was 3 lakes. There was no types of residences. It was just 3 lakes, and everybody, 3 lakes, and it was surrounded by dirt roads. People would come over here to ride jet skis, ATCs. Back in the day, it was those stand-up, well, the stand-up watercraft is called the jet ski. The sit-down ones are called wave runners. So, yeah. And over here you have your vandals. There's a tennis court on the opposite side of that fence. And let's keep walking down that way.